Good afternoon, everyone. It is time for the Tuesday workout. Get some monostructural cardio and then some optional accessory work to follow. So let us begin our warm-up today. 2 minutes your choice warm-up pace cardio on the first round and 1 minute on the second round. Different exercises in between, just some nice, gentle range of motion stuff and a little bit of joint prep before we do our longer single modality cardio today, all right? So backwards walking lunge and twist, right? So that means I want you to walk backwards. So we're kicking out with one leg, rotate at the bottom, and then push with that front leg to match. And you could kick through if you'd like to do that also, right? So a little bit of balance, but a little bit of a different pushing direction from what we would normally do on a lunge, all right? Next one is alternating rotary reach. So I'm standing tall, hands together, pull one hand back like I'm drawing a bow, reach behind me. Hands or my feet stay in the same spot the whole time, and make your eyes follow that hand that's moving, so I get a whole rotation of my neck, my shoulders, my torso when I do that. Walking two-hand scoop, so just get 5 reps of this. Doesn't really matter how many steps you do in between, but kick one foot out and then 2 hands, try to scoop the ground and then stand tall. Make sure we're not staying low when we do this, right? But the drill is up and then down and then up and then down and then up and then down like so, okay? 2-hand scoop. Next, we're gonna do some pogo hops in place, pogo hops to the right. Try to keep your feet spacing the same. So I'm just dishing my feet a little bit every time. Small movements, right? But meaningful movements in the lateral direction when we do that. Next one, we'll do our 1 minute warm-up pace cardio, then get some Cossack squats in. So nice wide stance. And get that groin stretch, get the knee stretch, the ankle stretch, and a little bit of hamstrings when we do that too. Big leg swings, so I wanna see as much velocity as you can handle there and build up to that. So start off gentle, and then by the end of those sets, you should be like lifting yourself off the ground with the momentum from your leg, all right? And then the last one, just hit a few somersaults. These can be log rolls, or you could do cartwheels if you want to, but get upside down. You want to practice your handstands, would be a good time to do that. But do some type of vestibular stimulation, some type of getting your body upside down. Doesn't have to be a lot. I gave you a range of 1 to 3, so if 1 makes you want to puke, don't do 2 and 3. All right, if you can, do more. All right, then pick your domain today. If you want to run 5K, do it. We got the course up around the neighborhood here. It's a beautiful run. If you would like to row, you can do that. If it's a great day outside, but you don't want to run, drag the rowers outside and do it. I will have an offset for a bike if you want to do that, but the goal today is just a single duration monostructural cardio element that is meant exactly for that, all right? If you feel like doing a max effort time trial 5K, go for it, but just know that the intent of this workout today is not active recovery, but also not pain cave. It's that middle domain of cardio, right? When you finish with whichever one you did, I would like for you to do some accessory work if you have the time to do so. And it does not have to be all 3 rounds. You could just do 1 round and be good to go with this. 2 rounds is kind of like in the middle, and if you're feeling froggy or you finished a fantastic time on your 5K and you have plenty of time to do it, go for all 3 rounds. But start with a weighted hip thrust. I have a dumbbell out here just to show you how I would do this. But so I've kind of got my back propped up on top of the bench as opposed to pushing the bench to the side, right? So I'm trying to keep my back up on top of it and squeezing until my body is flat like a tabletop. My butt is tight when I do that. My knees are at about 90 degrees, okay? So hip thrusts, and you can use a heavy dumbbell for this if you'd like to, or a barbell with a pad across it can also be used for that one, right? What's next? Calf raises. So I still have my weight, right? I'm going over to my plate. I'm doing calf raises. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can do it 1 foot at a time, but make sure each foot gets the same number of calf raises. And then heel taps, right? You don't have to use the weight on this one if you don't want to, but reach down, gently tap that heel, then stand tall and squeeze. Make sure that you're not going too fast and that you're not putting too much weight on this foot that's touching the ground, right? You should just barely tap the ground when you do it. Next one is AT raise and foot invert-evert cycles, right? So we're gonna do the anterior tibialis raise, lean back against something to get a little bit more range of motion on this, or you can use the little machine that we have. And then the invert-evert cycles are just rotating your foot relative to the ground, right? Squeezing, you should feel all the muscles on the side of your calf and then all the way into your foot engage when you do that. It's a great preventative exercise for plantar fasciitis, ankle rolls, and just all of the sprains and damage that we do to our lower extremities, whether we're playing sports, pickleball, or just running and you trip on a crack on a sidewalk or something, okay? Next ones are some shoulder things. So this is a little prone shoulder circuit that has 3 different arm positions, but the template for this is just small pulses of the shoulder muscles in multiple different positions. So we're going for a total of 90. The first position is arms at your side, palms facing up, and we're just squeezing away from the ground 30 times. Then we're gonna turn palms facing down, a little bit more challenging position. And then we're gonna go out to the side, more challenging position yet. And if you would like to add the most challenging position is with your arms straight overhead, which I can barely even get there without having to pick my back up off the ground. And that would be extra credit for the extra credit, okay? Next one is optional. If you would like to do some skin the cats, do some skin the cats. But that would be from the rings, just rolling through using either momentum or muscles or combination of the two. So roll through, touch your feet at the back, and then touch your feet at the front, okay? Obviously, the higher the rings are, the less contact you have with the ground, the more challenging that movement is. But again, that one is optional. And then the last one is just some core, so alternating leg medicine ball to toes is like a V sit-up where I'm touching one foot at a time, the other foot is standing just barely off the ground, okay? And that is our accessory circuit for today. Have a great time on your 5K, and I'll see you on Wednesday.